My name is Marcus Thompson. I am a student at Beitel Technical High School. I am a junior, and this is my physics class.
And can you tell me what you're trying to achieve or accomplish in your class? Like, what is the big goal that you're working towards?
The big goal is everyone in the class reaches an average of 80%, which means everybody is at least at a B average in the whole class. That's every student. So this class is not just like a type of individual type, progress. It's more of a group progress. Try to make sure everybody is doing their work and everybody's up to date on things and everything like that.
Okay. And if you actually achieve this goal as a class, and as a class you get 80% on these assessments, like, what will it mean for you and your classmates? Like, why is that even important?
It's like big. It's important because it's like a big completion. It's like, we have the courage and we're encouraged to do great in this classroom.
The goals we have set in our class are basically about over a B average in our tests, our midterms, and our grades. And like when our testing for the state or whatnot came back, and I guess 78% of us had got over benchmark. And basically, as a whole, our whole class is doing well. And that's what I think all a teacher really wants, is for the students to do well. And I guess a way for us to get invested in this kind of work, because physics is not an easy class, and sometimes it can be a little agitating and it may get a little tedious with the actual mathematic formulas you have to learn and remember. But I think it's like giving students something really interesting that they'll be interested in, or finding out at least what they may be interested in. Just taking the care to figure out, what do you like? What do you want to learn in this class? And they may be more invested. And also telling them, like, you'll get rewarded for, having good scores. And also it's good for college, to have a good score in your science class. You may want to go into the sciences, and that will help you a lot. Just so that you actually, cared about science.
Yeah. What did Miss Beitel do to find out from you guys, like, what you really were interested in, and how, how did she get from you ideas about how she could make the class more interesting? Well,
usually, I remember at the beginning of the school year, I know she had like a little, I guess, a chart or whatnot, and you would fill out things you were planning to do in your life, to college and to a career. And that kind of told her a little bit about us and what we may be interested in. So she figured out how would be the easiest way to teach us. And also, like, for our weekly do now paper, she has us write a goal, what we actually want to achieve in the class, or in the beginning of the year, what do you expect to learn from this class? And then once she figures out what your expectations are, like, what am I trying to learn in this class? Then she can be like, okay, well, they want to learn about this, or they want to, find out about this, or where they have their troubled areas at. And I can help them with that.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
So if you personally reach this goal that's been set for your class, like, what will it mean for you?
Well, actually, I always love science, so this class is one of my favorite classes. But when I go to college, I want to be pre-med. So getting good marks in this class and actually having a class overall interested in science, then it'll help me in my sciences when I actually have to go to college and take physics or take something like that. I won't be so confused on what's going on. Also, just to feel good about myself, like feel good that our whole class is doing well.
Definitely.
I've been in a science class before where the whole class was doing well. And it felt like I'm getting it, but if everybody else isn't getting it, then what's the point of me? What's the point of teaching if nobody's getting it?
Yeah, exactly. So do you have any tips? I mean, you already sort of talked about this a bit, but do you have anything else to say to high school teachers who are trying to figure out how they can set a goal that will actually be important to their students, and how they can get their students, especially high school students, really on board with this whole goal?
A way to get students on board is, of course, find out what they like. Find out what interests them. Like, take interest in their interests. Don't just throw the material up there, expect them to want to learn it. Find out a way, like, okay, are these kids visual? Do they like visual learning? Do they like hands-on experimentation? But I found the catapult building to be a nice experience. Like, I have to actually make something and be launching it off. And physics is a really interesting subject, but you have to make it interesting. The book is not going to make it interesting for anybody. So making a learning experience where you're learning and we're also learning, so we can discover new things together.
Well, good luck to you. It sounds like you have some big goals yourself that you're trying to achieve. So good luck, and thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Okay, you too.